Hello Cancer, welcome to your January monthly reading. I want to take this time to say Happy New Year, my friends, and I hope that this year brings you all that you hope and wish for. So we have your overall energy for this reading. We have the 4-week breakdown, all the way the energies are likely to play out. We have an additional oracle card as additional information. And we have a blessing for the end of the reading for this month. So Cancer, you start with perception. And the card says you are getting ready to have a shift in perception that will change everything. And I like the way this card says you are getting ready. And I get the word epiphany. You are going to have this epiphany, Cancer, that changes everything for you. And things in your life are getting you ready for that. What I mean by that is you might be having challenges at the moment. They're getting you to think differently. They're getting you, maybe you've got challenges, and maybe I'm feeling drawn to say, Cancer, pay attention to this month. Or look back at December. I'm even being drawn to say, like, not just December, but the last 3 months of last year, October, November, December. They were real changing times for us all. Have a look at those. And I'm getting this sense that there were these challenges, or there are presently challenges, Cancer, but then suddenly it all works out. And so there's these challenges that leave you with, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then suddenly out of the blue, you do nothing. Look at this energy with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Both these cards are super abundant. Super abundant. The Empress embraces all the queens of the tarot. So she is unbelievably receptive. She does not understand lack. It's not even a word in her vocabulary. She believes, like all the queens, that she will receive what she needs when she needs it. Another word not in her vocabulary is worry, stress, anxiety. Queen of Pentacles is the same. The queens, the Empress, for me in the tarot, they are the energy that receives. The page is the one that sees the potential in something. The page is the one that accepts the ace, the gift from the universe, the aha moment, and kind of looks at it and goes, right, what do I need to do? Like, do I need to learn things? Do I have all that it takes? And it's that very new, it's the seed. It's the potential in something. Now the Knight is the one that takes action on it. So if we go back to the analogy of the seed, the page receives the seed and goes, right, okay, what do I do with it? Okay, I need to plant it. Does it need sun? Does it need shade? Does it need boggy terrain? Does it need sandy terrain? It kind of gathers information. Then the Knight is the one that sets forth. And he's the one that plants the seed. He's the one that does it. He cultivates the earth. He gets it all ready. He plants the seed. then the queen is the one that, it's almost like she is the seed, and she receives the food, she receives the water, she receives everything she needs in order to grow abundantly. Then the king, and then she grows, like she receives more leaves, she receives more flowers, and then the king, keeping this analogy of the seed growing into a plant, the king is then the one that gives back to the world. He gives his flowers, he gives his fruit, he gives his vegetable, he gives beauty, but he gives something back to the world. He gives his seeds for them to then be gifted to another, and the whole journey of the seed comes back around again. So it's this beautiful process, and we're in that journey continuously through our life. Now, I've gone into so much depth, Cancer, of the court cards, because with both these energies here, and the Queen of Pentacles is the most abundant in resources, earthly stuff, people, money, jobs, things just that you need to function in this world. And I feel that going back to this perception, and that going back to, you are getting ready. When we get ourselves ready for something, it means we're starting to acquire understanding. We're starting to put past lessons, past choices, past experiences into perspective, where we can extract wisdom from them. And when we have that newfound wisdom, we come at things from a completely different place, from a completely different perspective. And that's where I get this sense that you're going to have this epiphany that comes to you, Cancer. This, I really want to say, it's this massive aha moment that I'm going to go so far as to say it changes your life. And the reason why I say that is you have the bat spirit, and it says a rebirth is assured. And this change, I mean, we've talked a lot about the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles already, but this understanding is understanding how you co-create with Spirit. It's understanding how, even if our outer world at the moment doesn't reflect abundance, we first need to understand that in ourselves. Our thoughts need to understand that. Our feelings need to understand that. Our soul already does. So then our actions out in the world mimic that. If we are so busy, Cancer, trying to make things happen in the world, trying to push things into the world, this receptive energy is lost on us, because we're so like, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to keep pushing, I'm just going to keep trying, I'm just going to keep doing. Whatever is trying to come, you're pushing it out with everything else. So can you imagine the resistance? You've got these blessings trying to come to you, these gifts trying to come to you, this wisdom trying to come to you, and you're pushing. So not only are you pushing to make things happen, but you're pushing the things trying to come in for you away. So there's this friction, there's this resistance. And we know when we are in that place, because there's fatigue, there's energy drain, there's fear, there's doubt, You feel resistance in you. You feel the need to kind of put your head down and just anchor yourself down so what is coming in doesn't push you over. You can keep pushing against it. I just got this image of the reverse tug of war. It's like instead of tugging on your rope to bring you in what you want, you're actually pushing it against the others. It's not how life works. And you have the 9 of Cups, and the card says wishes coming true, your dreams becoming reality, a magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. And you have the 4 of Pentacles, and the card says managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give or receive money, time or emotions, smart business decisions, seeing things as black or white, being charitable. And I feel this is your perception. This 4 of Pentacles, you know, the 4 of Pentacles, you know, with the image in the traditional tarot is the person sitting on the steps and they've got 2 feet on a pentacle on their head, and they're holding onto another pentacle. And it can signify being resourceful and not being wasteful. But it can also signify being really stuck and holding on because you fear that nothing else is going to come in for you. And I feel in your reading, Cancer, there's this sense that that's what you come to understand. There's nothing that you need to hold on to. Everything is always ebbing and flowing. And you're really going to see this time of good fortune. This 9 of Cups is fulfillment to a certain extent. The 10 of Cups is complete fulfillment on any level that's important to you, Cancer. This is success. This is achievement. And this is seeing your dreams really starting to come to fruition. Again, abundance, my friends. You've got so much abundance in your reading. This is so abundant. And this sense, I feel that you're going to start to understand that, Cancer. You're going to start to see how abundant you are. And I feel that the minute your perception changes on that, your actual 3D world, your reality on this earth is also going to become abundant. And this brings about a rebirth, my friends. This bat spirit says a rebirth is assured. When I see rebirth, there's an aspect of ourself, or there's an aspect of our life that I feel is no more. You know, when a baby comes into the world, its birth signifies it will no more be in its mother's stomach. It will be of this earth. It will never again go back into the womb. And so there's a finality in a birth of what was before. And that's how I feel the bat spirit in your reading, Cancer. I really feel that what was is no more. This understanding, this change of perception changes your life completely. It changes you completely, and how you thought or were before, how your life situations were, will just no longer be that way, because it's impossible. It's impossible. This understanding changes everything. And it's massive, Cancer. And it's magical. It is like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, look. And you've done this. You've co-created this with spirit. It's not all one-sided. It's your alignment with your spirituality and with your reality that has brought about this rebirth, this greater understanding of how things are, how things could be. And I want to bring you back to this perception card before we finish, because it says you are getting ready. And it's in those challenges, but I keep seeing challenges, but that end in the Nine of Cups, in beauty, in perfection, in success, accomplishment, fulfillment. So they're challenges that kind of made you go, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And then you trusted. You took the steps that you needed to. And they worked out. It's almost like every challenge you've had recently, Cancer, even though it's challenged you, it scared you. You've come through to the other side with greater faith, with greater trust, and with the realization of, oh my goodness, I always manage. I always get to the other side and it's okay. And this changes your perception on the reality of life. Now I'm going to end with a blessing for the month for you, Cancer. And your blessing is a blessing woven in truth. Have the courage to speak your truth, and a heavy burden will be lifted. It is best that everyone involved know where they stand. The truth will set both you and others free. This is a blessing for all concerned, but most of all for you, dear one. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, Cancer. And as the card says, Namaste, my friends. Love and light. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.